Welcome to Soil and Soul. Today's service, this marvellous Sunday. Welcome to Creative Roots Project. I'm Rev Ems, and I'm one of the founder members of Creative Roots Ministry. We are here showing up right here, right now, as an act of service to support you, our global community. And you can support us by liking and sharing this service. Subscribe so you won't miss any of our sharings. Creative Roots Ministry is an intentional ministry bringing you belief systems from all around the world. You can find out what resonates with you when you try all sorts of them, so you can find a way to recover your true self and reconnect to your natural state of being in a way which feels right for you and truly honors your soul. We see you. We believe in you because we know who and what you are. We believe that beyond the appearances, beyond what the world of appearances leads us to believe, you are an incredible, powerful presence right here and right now on this planet. Here at Creative Roots, we know the importance of right relationship with all of life. We bring back balance because we know there is only one, and that is all that there is. There is one power on earth, one life living as the one people, the one planet, and the one universe. Recently, I've come across some interesting things that have really challenged me. And it took me on this incredible journey, which I'm going to share with you today, because I always like to get raw and get real. So I don't turn away from the things that make me nervous. I don't turn away from the things that challenge me. I don't turn away from the horror and the violence and the suffering. Instead, I turn towards it, and I do my best to have my heart and keep it open to learning, to expanding, to evolving, because that is our natural state of being, to learn, to expand and evolve with life. And I came across these amazing dates, which took me on a whole journey. And these dates come from a lineage over 2,000 years old. And those who know me know that I love heritage and heirloom plants, but I would never have realised dates could be the key to a new doorway of understanding. But here we all are. At the root of all this, we return to the one love. Allah, William. There is only one. There is no other. Anything which creates separation or magnifies separation is not in alignment with all this encompassing love, the love that's beyond all understanding. And it's best described by the poem, Call Me By My True Names by Thich Nhat Hanh. It really is an incredible poem. So if you just take a moment and take a breath, I'm going to share this with you. So it's called Please Call Me By My True Names by Thich Nhat Hanh. Don't say that I will depart tomorrow. Even today, I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second I am arriving to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest. To be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that is alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of a river. And I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond. And I am the grass snake that gently, silently feeds itself upon the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, small refugee on a boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring, so warm. It makes flowers bloom all over the earth. And my pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills 4 oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and all my laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and my pain are but one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. Let's just take a breath here, because it's such a beautiful poem, and it's heavy, and it's real, and it's raw. And life is heavy, and life is real, and life is raw too. And I figured I could rewrite it for present times. And so I did. So really just please take a breath and just gather yourself together for a minute, because this rewrite of this incredible poem is incredibly powerful. Are you ready? Don't say that I will depart tomorrow, for even today I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second I'm arriving to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that is alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of a river, and I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond, and I am the grass snake that silently feeds itself upon the frog. I am the child in Palestine, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Israel. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on my own land, who dies of starvation after being raped by an Israeli soldier. And I am the soldier, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of MAGA, with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, vanished, erased silently into a concentration camp. My joy is like spring, so warm. It makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I hear all my cries and my laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can open and wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. Let's just take a breath, because my heart is not just heavy, it breaks open again and again reading it. And it really brings it home that what's going on in society and what we're bearing witness to globally right now in this current times. So let's take a moment together, because there is no thing that can make genocide, war, and inhumane things like torture or child soldiers okay. There is no amount of money that can justify rape, dehumanization, or displacement of people. And there is no excuse that can excuse these people who are causing deliberate harm to others. And it is beyond disgusting. Yet we ask ourselves, who are the ones suffering right now? People who want peace. Women, children, humanitarian workers, journalists, people who dare to believe differently to what the propaganda and media spells out. Any human with a conscience has been affected by the conflicts globally, and especially the one closest to the Holocaust, which echoes World War II. And in today's society, with such fast global coverage, we see what is happening right here, right now, under our noses. Francesca Albanese called out big corporations who are lining their pockets. We see the games politicians are playing with the minds and lives of people as they openly try to benefit from playing peacekeeper. Hi, Abby. It's like they've got no morals, and it's all one big game. Thankfully, it's really quite obvious how deeply connected that we all are. It's really quite clear that we live on one planet, one globe, and it's impossible to affect one without affecting the other. The impact it's had on our food, our clothes, what's in our stores, it's obvious because we are trading globally. And the countries, the finances around the globe, the oil and petrol prices are affected. And this is proving that what we're talking about here is we are global citizens, Abby. So we're global citizens. We're all one. There is no separation. The illusion is the borders and the distance and the time between us. But just that microbe, not that long ago, destroyed that illusion. And we recognize how much of an impact one action can have on the world. Therefore, the only separation that exists right here and now is that separation within our own minds. There's this guy with a well-documented history, Jesus. And if Jesus, who was a Jew, walked between us today, Would he turn away from the suffering? Would he take sides? I think not. You know, in his time, he served humanity, not taking sides. He spoke to what he felt was true, and he took action to feed the hungry. He healed the sick, and he showed what loving humanity really looked like, in a way that most people find difficult to fathom. He went places people did not dare to go, healing lepers, raising the dead. The Jesus I know was an activist. And I'm going to share Matthew's account in what's called the Lamb's Bible. Don't forget, here we talk about all different religions and not one is wrong. So we're not picking out just one religion. We're talking about the great, incredible chocolate box that is all spiritualities, all religions. And we take out different stories and we feel what resonates and we find the truth. We look for what's real and what's true within them all. But this is a really incredible piece that I wanted to pick out for you today. So the Lamb's Bible was translated from Aramaic. So it's like one of the closest things we're going to get to actually what Matthew saw. So from a historian's point of view, this is pretty cool shit, right? So Matthew wrote, "And Jesus entered the temple of God and put out all who were buying and selling in the temple. He overturned the trays of the money changers and the stands of those who sold doves. And he said to them, 'It is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but you have made it a bandit's cave.' And in the temple, they brought to him the blind and the lame, and he healed them. But when the high priests and the Pharisees saw the wonders that he did, and the boys who were crying aloud in the temple, saying, 'Hosanna, Hosanna to the Son of David,' they were displeased. And they said to Jesus, 'Do you hear what they're saying?' And Jesus said, 'Yeah, have you never read from the mouth of little children and of the boys you made praise?'" Hi, Katerina. Good morning. So whether you're a historian or religious or just think it's an interesting story, this is showing a person who's practicing what they preach and leading by example, which is something that, you know, I've got a lot of respect for. People that practice what they preach, people that show up in community and actually do things, and take inspired action and show up, real people. Like, and when we look to children globally, we see curious, caring, compassionate beings who simply want to love. They don't judge a person on the action of their ancestors. They see the beauty of the moment, the here and now moment, and they meet the moment with presence. And we too were like that once, until we built our BS, our belief systems, on the fear that was fed to us before we understood what was even going on. The awesome thing is now we can take responsibility for our beliefs, because now we can each take responsibility for ourselves. And the thing about being responsible is we only take 100% responsibility for ourselves. Blaming is bullshit. That was my favorite quote from Dr. Hugh Len, who taught Ho'oponopono. And it's teaching us about taking responsibility for us. You know, so we're talking about taking responsibility for us, forgetting what anyone else is doing and just thinking, well, what can I do in this here now moment? How can I take responsibility for how I'm showing up in the world? Because we can't hold another person responsible for the actions of another. We live in a multicultural society. And if we take responsibility for ourselves in this moment, We can see beyond the tales that are told and beyond the lies in the media that we are actually surrounded by unique individuals who are trying to build a better life. This doesn't make death, destruction, and displacement in any wars or any conflict any less valid. We all have so much to learn from one another. We cannot learn through our ignorance. We have to sit down and drink tea together. We are united now across Europe, unlike not that long ago in the world wars. And they said after those world wars, this must never happen again. And many thought that it was meant until the human rights lawyer sold deadly weapons instead of working for world peace. But still, here we all are. And as the Buddha stories share, Maya are the demons, the shadows in our lives that show up. So it's things that we've had in our lived experience. But the Buddha teaches that these shadows, these things that show up, are there to give us the opportunity to meet them and give them space so we can overcome our suffering and become free. Buddha always used to say, I see you, Maya. Come, let's have tea. And that's what we must do today. We must see those things that are challenging us in our world and take that pause and come back to ourselves and drink tea. Nice cup of herbal organic jasmine tea. And we know from experience after any event, whether the event is good or bad, whether the event is physical, mental, or sexual abuse, whether the event is a natural disaster, an accident, or an incident, there comes a time where we have to clean up and recover what's left. And then, only then, do we get the opportunity to rebuild from whatever we've got left. These dates that I started sharing about in the beginning, these amazing heritage heirloom dates that were 2,000 years old. Well, the tree, the lineage of the dates is 2,000 years old. They came from a place called kibbutz in Israel, from something that started long before today, in a space where life did not remain where or who it was, but it was able to recover and regenerate, showing us all what's possible if we can make the effort to come together and get over ourselves. Kibbutz was born in 1910. It was previously known as Dagania. Those who moved on to Dagania and named it kibbutz were or became a socialist people. These people moved on, they rebuilt homes and they had children, they built lives there. And these people have taken care of the land. Their children now work the land, and taking care of the land is no mean feat. Here at Creative Roots, we got 4,000 meters squares of land, and it's not easy. So let's be clear, taking someone's land is not right. And I'm not making excuses, but I'm saying that when life changes, we get a choice. What do we do next? And it really is hard after losing everything. And I share this knowing from personal experience. There are a few times in my life where all I've been left with was what I was studying. And I'd lost the family, and I'd lost my friends, and I'd lost my health, and I'd lost my work, and I'd lost my way of living. And all I was this shadow of my former self. And after that, I worked on so many things to eventually take me to here and now, where I'm owning this land, caretaking this land, studying, where I'm helping other people. But when we stop fighting, because I was fighting at first, I was fighting everything. But when we stop that fighting, and we rewrite our story, we reclaim our power. You can reclaim your power too, because you put your energy into something different. And that is exactly what happened with those dates. In the desert oasis of Kibbutz Ketura or Ketora, Israelis and Palestinians are working together to bring a green future, which is awesome. And these dates that they've revived, this lineage that they've brought back, is symbolizing the power and possibilities of real people. These dates have brought us full circle, as life and as nature always does, to a time and place where love can overcome all. Doesn't mean there isn't work to do. Doesn't mean we've not still got a lot of loving and understanding and growing with the situation. But this shows us that we can unite with one another, and we can live to learn from one another. We can regenerate and rebuild our world together, no matter what. So I ask you, when will you remember that true power comes from your conscious choice? I can't see anyone answering that just yet. But when will you remember that your power, your real power that lives within each and every one of us, comes through the choices that we make? We can choose to remain caught up in the stories of pain and blame and separation and guilt and shame. Or we can move forward and say, this will not happen again, because you are me, and I cannot do anything without affecting not just me, but the collective. I can't do anything here without it affecting every single one of us. You see, I see that we are one. We are one human race, one global family. And I recognize the one love, the one true love that's hiding behind all of it. And so I share this incredible poem by Martha Postlewaite. Do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue. So taking a moment now to just meet yourself right here, right now, as you are. And breathe. Breathe in together. And allow yourself to pause and reflect what skills you might have. We all have skills, some of them we don't know, some people come, but I'm just a mother. Oh, the skills of a mother, the skills of the cook, the cleaner, those that run around sorting all the appointments, the taxi service that some mothers run for their children, the making all the food, it's a mother is a whole PA assistant all in one. I'm just a carer. Have mercy on yourself. You have so many skills, so many skills. So what skills do you have? And what makes your heart sing? Where's your passion at? Where are those pauses in the moment where you're singing or you're dancing or you're cleaning What is it where you're doing something? Maybe you're holding a door open for others. Maybe you're showing up in community. Maybe you smile at someone and they smile back. What is it that makes your heart sing? I love listening to the birds. I can hear them now. Makes my heart sing when I feel held by Mother Earth. Makes my heart sing when I'm in community. And I know that you all have so much to share already from this lifetime of experience. And you have so much to share in community once you're ready. So now is time in the service where we come to join together in prayer, praying to that incredible awareness that's present, never absent. Prayer is a non-religious practice. It's simply speaking to something higher and wiser than the vulnerable self or the inner child or the person that's here, the persona, the ID. So I am grateful. I'm so grateful for the chance to begin again. I'm so grateful for the resources that I always carry with me. I'm grateful for my curiosity and for my compassion. I am grateful that we as humanity are incredibly resilient. And from that space and place of gratitude, I'm recognizing there is only one love. I recognize there is only one power beyond the power of man whose breath is in his nostrils. There is only one presence that's ever present in this sea of awareness, in this ocean of devotion, which holds all life in the natural, lawful order that is life. This united field of love for which you and I are one with. For there is only one loving power and loving presence, which is always, everywhere, in all ways. Meaning it is right here, right now, right where I am, right where you are. And if it's right here where I am and right now where you are, that is an incredible thing, because that is showing us the natural, lawful order of life. And I realize that each one of us is like a drop in the ocean of devotion, like a raindrop in the sea. And as we take 100% responsibility for our choices, we choose love, we choose peace, we choose presence, we choose to reclaim our power. We remember the one love, the one power, one presence, which we already are. For this is the lawful order of all of life. And I am thankful for the love. And I'm thankful for this power and presence that's peaceful. I'm thankful that there's this natural, lawful order of life, because for that, I can let go. I can fall back into this universal laws and this natural, lawful order of life, knowing that this is so. And I release these words. Jesus does love you, Amir. And I release these words knowing they are already returned as results, because that is lawful. That is life's true natural order of things. And so it is. And so we be eternally. Ashe. Aho. Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I love being with all of you. And I am so looking forward to building creative roots even bigger, so we can be together in person and connect, so we can serve you through personal events and workshops, to open up spaces for peace of mind, body and spirit, and to support those overwhelmed and burnt out by society, and provide shelter and recovery space while they remember and reclaim who and what they are. We are not separate. We are one. There is no other. To circulate support, subscribe to our channel, like and share on social media. Love donations are so welcome, and we circulate it right back into our community through the services that we provide, not just online, but in person, through the spaces that allow us to show up 24/7, providing crisis support, mental health first aid, and our compassionate working community, helping those at the moment who have been affected by the wildfires. Almost any job must be nice in everyday life. It is beautiful. I love serving, to be able to go out and take care of people, and to be honored. I'm honored to be able to be there in the hardest places, like times of their lives, and they allow me into their homes to help clean after a fire, or they help me onto the land to help them pick up the pieces and just be present. What a blessing and an honor. So now we bring this service to a close. And here and right now, I bless each and every single one of you, Ben and Amir, and anyone else who is choosing to join right here, right now, or later on when you're watching. This blessing is for you. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free, today and every day. Much love to all. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you next week, people. You don't have to be religious to do it, though. Just be a good human being. Absolutely. That's it. It's not about religion. It's about being the best you can be. It's about showing up in the world, whoever you are, wherever you are, and just being that love, being that human lighthouse, shining a light for humanity. So I'll be here same time next week, 9 o'clock. If you didn't see the whole service, just rewind straight to the beginning. And any questions, reach out. I'm right here waiting for you. Take care now. Much love.